Our focus will now shift north of Egypt to focus on three new centers of civilization: the Hittites, the Phoenicians, and the Israelites. You can see on the map up there where those civilizations were located. The Hittites are the ones that are up in Asia Minor, that's like modern-day Turkey. The Israelites are the ones that are more located over there in modern-day, Israel and some Syria there. And then Phoenicia, they're the small band of purple. The Hittites are going to be important because they're the first civilization to use iron weapons. The Phoenicians are going to be important because of their alphabet, and the Israelites are going to be significant. They're going to leave a legacy due to the importance of their religion, the influence that their religion is going to have on other major ones. Let's get into a little more detail. We'll begin with the Hittites, and they started out as pastoral nomads, which is a definition that you need. Pastoral nomads are nomads, but they're not the same as hunter-gatherers because they're not just hunting wild animals. They have domesticated animals, herds that they use for food, they use for clothing, and they travel along usually sort of settled routes. They sort of travel around this circuit with the animals to feed the animals and everything. And again, they use the animals for a source of food and a source of clothing. Pastoral nomads do some farming, but not very much, just a real little bit because they're not staying in one place, and importantly, they don't build cities. Now, the Hittites were part of a larger group of pastoral nomads called Indo-Europeans. Indo-Europeans were a group of pastoral nomads from the hot pink area that you see up in the map up there by like the Black Sea, southwestern Asia, and this was a group that expanded out into the rest of the world. The reason that we know about them today is the language that that group spoke ended up being the ancestor of all of the languages from India over there into Europe. Languages sort of grow and spread, like people, they have family trees. And specifically the language that this Indo-European people spoke was the ancestor to not only, Sanskrit in India, but also to Latin and to Greek. It's probably the most influential language that was ever spoken, and it was the one spoken by these pastoral nomads, again, people like you see up on those horses over there, from this specific spot. Why that language ended up spreading so much and so far throughout the world is an open question, but it did. Part of that spread was helped, no doubt, by the Hittites, the first of the three civilizations we'll discuss in this video. The Hittites come down into modern-day Turkey, and they create an empire. They conquer a bunch of people. The reason that they're able to do that is they're the first Indo-European people to use iron to make their weapons, and iron ends up being better than the bronze tools and then the other tools that people of the time had been using. It's stronger, their iron weapons are going to beat the other weapons. So since the Hittites were the first ones to use iron, they end up beating up a lot of people. And they end up fighting Egypt under Ramses II, but they're not able to conquer Egypt. There's there's a stalemate there. And the Hittites and Egypt actually signed the very first peace treaty that was ever written. So the things you should remember about the Hittites: they were the first people to use iron, that's why they were able to conquer so much, and they are one half of the world's first peace treaty. The Phoenicians, whose society is based up there on the eastern Mediterranean, are very famous for their trading, for their business acumen, their business ability. They end up setting up this very large network of colonies, of societies, all across the Mediterranean, and even up onto the northern shores of Europe. They have these fantastic ships. They're very well known for their ships and how great they are, and again, they're just very good at trading and set up this big trade network. They get quite wealthy. Another reason that we remember them today, another reason their legacy is important, is they set up the Phoenician alphabet that you see over there, and unlike a lot of other alphabets at the time, the way the Phoenicians did it, the symbol didn't represent a word. It's not like you had a symbol for a cat. like our alphabet, they had symbols for sounds, and then you put the letters together to make a word. Their alphabet was very influential. Writing in that way has a couple advantages that you might want to think about, and their alphabet is actually the one that ended up, over the years, transforming a little bit and then becoming the Greek alphabet, becoming the Roman alphabet, actually, at the end of the day, becoming the English alphabet. So what you're looking at over there, the Phoenician alphabet, is sort of the great grandparent of English. The ancient Israelites are another people who exist in the region, again, sort of like modern-day Israel, and their political impact is not super important. They have a kingdom for a while, it splits into two, like you can see over there. Eventually they get conquered. But they have a significant cultural influence on the world, not only in that the religion that they create is a major world religion today, but it also very, very strongly influences the two largest religions in the world today, if you count just by number of practitioners. But anyway, the story of the ancient Israelites is this. Historically, the kingdom of the Israelis is centered around here in the, by the eastern shore of the Mediterranean, in this area around the Dead Sea. The capital, and it was in ancient times, is Jerusalem, which is this city just sort of to the north and west of the Dead Sea. You can see there a picture of the sort of ancient version, and then Jerusalem today. Israel is around for a while, a couple strong kings, though one that we'll highlight here is King Solomon. He's famous for his great wisdom, and he rules for a long time, and he's this great king. But nothing lasts forever. The kingdom of Israel gets sort of divided in two, and then they end up getting conquered. Again, sort of politically, they're here, and then they go, and there's lots of kingdoms like that. Again, the reason that they're, sort of more significant than their politics would lead you to believe is because of the religion that they create, and that is what we would call today Judaism. One of the key things I'd like you to remember about Judaism is that it is monotheistic. That is that it's a belief in only one God. Again, this contrasts to polytheism that we saw in Mesopotamia, that we'll see again in ancient Greece. Monotheism is the belief in one God, and the Israelites at the time had that, which was relatively unique. And then in addition, their religion ended up being very significant because it had a very heavy influence, beyond even just the monotheistic part of it, on Christianity and Islam. Christian teachings and Muslim teachings today both sort of draw on the traditions that are put forward in the ancient Israelite religion. So there's almost this like direct line from this ancient religion to the relatively younger religions of Christianity and Islam, which again, Christianity and Islam are the two largest religions today if you measure them by the number of people who practice them. So if we measure the legacy, the influence of the ancient Israelites by the scope of the religions that they influence, it's a very, very large impact that they had on the world.